Hey folks, we're just going to quickly go over something regarding the general form, in particular how we can use it to find x and y intercepts. And for any graph where a line crosses the x-axis is called the x-intercept, and where it crosses the y-axis, obviously that's called the y-intercept, which you already know. And what's significant about both those points is the coordinates at those points, because it's always written the same way. For example, if you look at the x-intercept here, if we were to sort of guess what that x-intercept is, well, this is 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like it's about 5.5, and the y-coordinate is 0. And that the y-intercept here, 1, 2, 3, 4, it looks again, this is about negative 4.5, but that's a y, and so the x value here is 0. And the important thing to recognize here is that for the x-intercept, the y-coordinate will always be 0. And conversely, for the y-intercept, the x-coordinate will always be 0. Because all along this line here, x is 0. All along this line here, y is 0. And so just remember that whenever you're trying to find one of them, just use the other coordinate and substitute it as 0. So if you want the x-intercept, that means y equals 0. If you want the x-intercept, then, oh, did I just say that backwards? If you want the x-intercept, y equals 0. If you want the y-intercept, then x equals 0. And that's all we really need to do with our general form then, is to find the intercept. It just becomes a matter of plugging one of those coordinates in for 0, and you find out what the intercept is that you want. So for example, something like this, 6x minus 12y plus 18 equals 0. If I wanted to find the x-intercept, I would just substitute y equals 0 and then just solve for x. Okay, and with this term canceling out to 0 here, it just simply becomes 6x plus 18 equals 0. Move the 18 to the right-hand side, and you get your answer of x equals negative 3. Do the same thing to find the y-intercept, and that is substitute x for 0. So it would be 6 times 0 minus 12y plus 18 all equals 0. And again, this cancels out to 0. And so if I move the 12y to the other side, I get 18 equals 12y. No more x term there, and you get your final answer that way. Okay? And so now I have the x and the y intercept. That would also make it really easy to graph. If you knew the x and the y intercept, you just find those 2 points on a graph, and you could just plot those, and that'll show you what the graph looks like. Okay, well that's kind of all you really have to be able to do at this point. So I'm just going to give you a couple of examples that you try that on your own. Here's a nice easy one for you. So just plug in x equals 0 to find the y-intercept, and conversely for the x-intercept. And I'll pause the video now, and you have 3 seconds to find the answer. Okay, so if you want to find the y-intercept first, you just plug in x equals 0, and I start isolating the y just by basic algebra, and you end up with y equals negative 3. Do the same thing for the x-intercept, and move everything to the other side, and isolate x, and you get x equals 6. So there's my x and y intercept. Okay, so that's all there really is to what else I want to show you today. There is a journal question on this stuff as well as the stuff we discussed today in class. So make sure you answer those 2 questions there, and we'll see you tomorrow.